What's up, guys? We are back. Fitness Profit Multiplier, Anthony and Jimmy. Today, we're going to be discussing the best skill that you need for your personal training business. And what is that skill? Is it, learning how to look at your books? Is it marketing? Is it sales? What is the best skill you need for your business? And I will tell you that this skill that we're going to go over and talk about is going to be the skill that's going to take your business to the next level. So you want to get your gym to 7 figures, your personal training business to 7 figures and beyond. You need to have this skill dialed in order for that to happen. So again, I guess drum roll, please. Again, is it marketing? Is it the skill of marketing? If you talk to Grant Cardone, he might say, yes, it is marketing. And I think that it's not marketing, guys. I'm going to burst your bubble here. It's not marketing. But, the skill of marketing is very important. It's not like it's not important. It is very, very important. But there's one skill that trumps marketing, and that's the skill that we're going to be talking about today. Jimmy, I'm trying not to give it away here, but let's kind of talk about it, but I'll let you give it away.
Well,
you usually do it on accident anyway.
I usually do. I usually give stuff away because I'm just ready to talk about it. But this one skill, and the skill is not being the best trainer, right? It's not understanding the body really well. It's not having the best programming. It's not using kettlebells, right? And the skill is not even hiring or managing, right? These are all skills that are important, but they're not the skill that we're talking about. This skill has a lot to do with how you communicate with people. This skill has a lot to do with how you grow your business. And this skill is so near and dear to Anthony's heart that I can't take from him the reveal of the skill. So we can drum roll it. This skill is
sales, guys. The sales skill is going to be the thing that's going to take you to the next level, because if you can sell anything. And the cool thing about the skill of selling is that, again, if you could take this business and take that skill and apply it to any business and have success, because if you can sell, you'll never have an issue in your business. Because again, what's the lifeblood of a business? Cash flow. And if you can sell, and you can sell relatively well, you can sell at a higher price point and bring in more profit. If you can't sell and you don't have the sales skills to sell, it's going to be much harder to grow your gym to a certain level. Because let's look at it this way. Let's say you have a $100 membership and you have a hard time selling the $100 membership. Well, as you start to get better with that, then you could sell a $300 membership, a $400 membership. Or like Jimmy and I, you could sell in a range between $400 to a $1,200 or $1,600 or $2,000 a month package. Because once you get to that level, you can basically sell anything. You want, as the saying goes, you want to be able to sell water to a fish, sell ice to an Eskimo. You have to have that sales ability. So what's the best way to develop the sales skill? What's the best way to do that? Get your hands dirty and just do it. There's no other way around it. Just get your hands dirty and just sell. Just try. And I would say, honestly, the best thing you could do, we're all trainers first and foremost, right? So what's the thing that we want to do? We want to get better at our squats or our deadlifts or, a movement here or there, or maybe we're a bodybuilder and we want to improve the way we look. So what do? We take pictures, we take video, we video our lips, we take pictures of the way our body looks, and then we adjust everything based on that. Okay, well, my squats, it looks like I'm having a little trouble out of the bottom, so maybe I need to tweak my technique here. Or, okay, I took a picture of my body and it looks like I need a little bit more deltoids, so I'm going to work to put those deltoids on, right? But we never seem to do that when it comes to sales. We just hope and pray that we pick up the phone and people start, hey, you want to buy my stuff? It doesn't work like that at all. You have to develop the skill of sales. And there's certain things that you're going to need to develop in order to do that. But the best way to do it is just to get your reps in. Jimmy, did you freeze? I think Jimmy froze. Yeah, Jimmy, I thought he was listening intently and he left the chat. He must have froze. So I'm just going to keep this going. But I forgot where I was talking about. But yeah, you want to basically, like I said, develop the skill of selling. And you do that through repetition. So what's the first basic thing that you need to work on? Well, in our businesses, the first basic thing that you need to work on is your sales skills over the phone. Now, you're not going to be selling your membership over the phone, right? That's not going to be ideal. If you get good enough, you can, right? And we do that actually at my facility. We sell right over Zoom. We don't have anybody come into the facility unless they're a paid member. We kind of did that during COVID, and we're still doing that now. So once you get skilled to that point, then you could do that. But the first thing you got to work on is your skills on the phone. You have to develop what we call a sales framework and be able to qualify people through that framework. Because if you don't qualify them through that framework, you're going to go into a sales meeting and set up for disaster, because not everybody is a buyer. So you need to keep that in mind. So we have to look at the phone call first. So there's certain things that you want to qualify people for on the phone. First things first, when you first pick up the phone, the first thing that you need to do is you need to build a little bit of rapport with somebody. And you do that through your greeting. You want to be right to the point, but you also want to come off a little bit friendly. And I hate when guys talk about tonality. They make a big stink about tonality, like, oh, it's about how you say things and whisper softly when you get to certain points. It only matters a little bit in certain situations. And the beginning of the phone call is definitely going to be the most important part of that tonality. You want to be very inviting to speak to, and you also want to be kind of energetic in the beginning, because you've got to catch people off guard. Think about when you get a phone call, a cold call, and you get a cold call from somebody, and the person just sounds dead on the other end, and they're just like, hey, I'm calling today because I want to. You have no interest. You already know it's a phone call. Hang up. Done. I'm done. This is stupid. You just hang up the phone. But if you get somebody really skilled on the phone and you talk with a good tonality at this point to invite them in, they're going to be much more excited to meet with you and talk to you. So like initially, if I pick up the phone, hey, Mary, this is Anthony from AB Fitness Center. How you doing today? The reason for my call today is because I see that you filled out a form on Facebook, and I'm curious to see what brings you into our world. So tell me, what are your goals and what are you trying to achieve? Something like that, like really quick, really upbeat, and I'm getting right to the point. I'm not wasting any time today. So they're caught off guard a little bit, like, who is this guy? He's really excited, but it breaks that monotony right away. And again, then you can kind of build that rapport. But after that, you need to have a framework to qualify people based on certain things. So at my facility, we qualify people on time of day, because obviously that's important for us. We need to know like what time they're going to come in, if their schedule fits. If somebody wants to come in at 4 a.m., obviously it's not a good one for us because we're not open at 4 a.m. So we want to kind of kibosh that right away. We want to make sure that they are the decision maker. So you don't want someone to be sitting with someone in a sales meeting and then they're like, oh, I got to speak to my husband, right? Then you want to qualify them if they have any injuries or anything like that. If you can even help them, right? You want to make sure that your product is obviously a good fit for them. And then lastly, you want to qualify them on price. But I only really qualify them on price if they ask for it. If they don't ask for it, I don't talk about it. So I used to come up and bring it up to them. And you can kind of, it's not like you can't, right? Like you can, like, hey, I just want to let you know our price ranges from X to X. It's not a bad thing to say. So it's something that you could do there. Again, it's just very, very different and very, very dependent on the gym that you run and everything else like that. So building that phone call sales skills is very, very, very important when it comes to growing your business, because the phone call takes a lead from ice cold to sizzling hot. And then once you get them in the gym, they're almost likely a lock. Like the percentage of people who come in and close at my facility is very, very high comparatively to if we just didn't have a phone call and they just came in, because we're vetting them on the front end, which is exactly what you want, because it saves time in the meeting. But again, going through this, developing your sales skills. How do you develop your sales skills aside from, just going through it? Well, most people would say, okay, read a book, read sales books and practice sales stuff. But is that really the thing that's going to do it? It's almost like learning to play basketball through reading about it. That's not ideal. You can't learn how to dribble a basketball or shoot a free throw just by reading about it. You actually have to go through the process of it. You actually have to go through and understand how to sell. Like I said, it's the same thing with basketball. If I read a book on basketball, I'm not going to be able to be Michael Jordan because I read every book on basketball. No, Michael Jordan is Michael Jordan, and Kobe Bryant is Kobe Bryant because they practice the basics day in and day out. And one of the things that we do with all our gyms is we do a sales call every week where we role play objection. And that is so, so important because you're going to get the same objections when it comes to fitness sales. It's the same objections. I need to think about it. I need to talk to my wife. The price is too high. I can't afford it. Those are the basic ones. But by drilling them and getting your reps in and practicing, what do I say with this? What do I say with that? What do I say with this? You're going to be way more fueled to answer all these questions going forward. But look who's back on the line. Jimmy's back. You made it back, buddy. And now I can't hear you. You're muted. But he'll speak in a minute, guys. But yeah, I kind of went on a big riff here. Jimmy, you're muted, so I can't hear you if you're trying to talk. So I went on a big riff here about sales, but I don't know. Is there anything you want to do before I end this out?
No, you're the sales master, man. You probably said it all. It's just practice, 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 and practice some more.
Yeah, guys. And if you want help in any of this and any of your sales stuff, just click the links below, book your business diagnostics call with us. And until next time, Anthony and Jimmy, Fitness Profit Multiplier, we are out.